So smoothly. However, the agenda allows 1 minute for me to summarize the entire meeting. I'm going to have to take at least 2.5. I just wanted to comment about some of the fantastic things that our evaluators did. Actually, Beverly went out of her way to Google an evaluation because our first speaker, Renato, did not do a manual speech. We want to try to do manual speeches.
I ordered my books. I'm waiting for
Oh, he's got the books coming. All right, that's really great. And I like that. One area that you can use, very simple for a non-manual speech, is what people call the WOW. 3 things that the person could use to improve. 3 things they did well, 2 opportunities for improvement, and then the last one, the thing that knocked your socks off in their speech. But you came up with your own form. I thought that was very, very creative. You mentioned that he told a story. You focused on the ending and the moral and the takeaway and suggested that he beefed that up a little bit. You talked about his connection to the audience, which is important whenever you speak. And everyone referenced Joe having been in the back of the police car. That is probably going to be a speech in and of itself. And you also mentioned that he entertained. I would just, in addition, say he's always well-dressed, which I think is important. He used the trooper's voice. His gestures were excellent, very animated. Now, one area that I thought was interesting, and I think Frank might have picked it up, you talked about how crushed you were with your car. Now, was that your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend that you didn't really comment upon at all?
Oh, yikes, it was my ex-wife's girlfriend.
Oh, your ex-wife's girlfriend. Okay, well, she's probably
not my girlfriend.
She's probably on I-95 somewhere. That runs parallel to the turnpike, right? All right, and you had great humor throughout. Our second speaker, Shlomo, of course, being evaluated by Joe. Joe always focuses on some of the advanced things that you could do. Was that also a non-manual speech, or was that a contest speech? Contest. Oh, was practicing for the contest? Oh, okay, great. And that was probably mentioned, and it just went over my head. I like the fact that you asked the audience. You have eye contact. One suggestion might be to make it a little bit more riveting. 1 set of eyes per thought, or 1 set of eyes for 5 to 8 seconds. But you do encompass the whole room, so deliberately. That's very, very well done. You stand shoulder width apart. You have really a great presence. Maybe you could just use a little bit more of the room, albeit that this room is a little bit strange. Yeah, it doesn't lend itself to that. What type of cancer does he have?
It was, I think...
Pancreatic?
Yep.
That's pretty amazing, because there's a lot of people don't make it even to a year. The use of your mom's voice and the way you wrapped that in, that was really, really well done. Our third speaker, Flo, was evaluated by Claudia, and she wanted to get one more chance to use kudos before she retires as our president. She's welcome to do that. She's been a fantastic president. She spoke about Your Body Speaks, gave us the outline of what was expected. She concentrated on gestures, and 2 areas that I thought were really, really well done is the fact that facial expressions can be a gesture, and how you use your legs. I thought that was a little bit something thought-provoking, if you ask. Now, you also mentioned about hands clasped. I actually counted that. That was about 8 times you do that. However, I think you do it for less of a duration than you used to. It's really almost flimsy. It's just something to be aware of.
Flimsy?
Parting. Flimsy? I'm not sure. Maybe that'll be the word of the week for next week. Just in closing, we started 2 minutes late. I have no idea where our Sergeant at Arms did not identify himself. However, he made up for it because we had a business meeting that was crisp, really, really well done. And he realized it had the chance of being protracted, and he said, let's move on to the meeting. Speech intros were fantastic. Our Toastmaster did a wonderful job inserting quotes into it, because I always love quotes. And table topics, of course, was really well done. And I liked the fact that Greg checked with Anita to see how the timing was, because that agenda is something we want to keep to, and that's exactly what I've just done now. And I'm now turning control of the meeting back to our president for the awarding of the ribbons. Our Toastmaster.